Hi guys, welcome back. And yes, we're just going to go straight into Bitcoin for the start of today's show. So Bitcoin's now 85 to 3815. And this is the chart, this is the daily chart. As you can see, we're still staircasing down here, making a little run up, back down to here, a run up here. So we're following this main white trend line going down. So we've hit this. I will just put this down, even just zoom into it just even closer so you can see here. So we've hit that magnet line down here. That was around 76. So we can take that out. So I still feel for Bitcoin that we can still come down into this zone before we head back up again. So yeah, around mid of April, I've got mid of April, we're still going to be going down in April, I think, before we can see ourselves consolidating and going back up. So I can't see ourselves breaking out now here in Bitcoin. So once this goes down, everything else will go down with it. As I said, the last probably dump will be in April before we pump out in May. Yeah, so that's Bitcoin. And that was a quick one for you there. So let's just go on to Ethereum because obviously most of our meme coins on Ethereum, especially Omikami and Ryujin. So on Ethereum now, exactly near enough the same thing. We're following this yellow trend line going straight down. So down here, down the bottom, we can zoom in here. This is the daily because I've just given you the big picture now because it's roughly what it's doing this month and at the moment. So we're going down, you can see from here around, let's put it down a bit. Yeah, so it's from the beginning of February, we're still going down here, people trying to buy back up, going down. And I really think it's these big whales, the institutional investors are just putting the price down here on Bitcoin and hold on, my electricity. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, I still think the Bitcoin whales and institutional investors are pushing this price down, guys, because there's no way this is still going down, but it is, and we just have to live with it. So yeah, you can see it's going down. I think people like me and you are trying to buy up, and then they've got so much money, they're just pumping the price down. You can see it again. It's tried to do it here. It's come back all down. People have bought in again. They've bumped it down again, pumped it down again. Just trying to go back up gradually. They're pumping it back down again. So I've got here around next week, we should be coming to this first magnet line down here around the 5th of April, end of next week sometime. Yeah, then you might be able to see it go back up for a little stint, beginning of April. We'll see how far it goes down. If it takes off this first one at 1675, there's another one here, magnet lines, that is at 1648, and the lowest one I've got here is 1585, guys. That's on Ethereum. So the first one, as I said, end of next week. Let's just see if it hits that target, and it may go back up from there, or it might wait till this next blue trend line going down here and go down even further and get rid of these other two magnet lines down here. So my forecast for Ethereum is in April, that is, which is coming up next week. We are still heading down for April. Yeah, so this is supposed to be one of the biggest bull runs, so it's probably going to be one of the biggest dumps beforehand. Yeah, it's just to get everybody out. All these rich people, guys, they want to get everybody out, but don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, guys. We're going to wait till the bottom here before we buy in any of Ethereum coins or Ethereum, whatever you want to do here. But this is what I'm doing. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. This is not financial advice, guys, but there's no point buying up here or buying here. You would have lost. Look at that. You would have still lost and still losing. So wait. I'm going to wait at least till it gets down to this first one before I attempt to buy anything. more Omikami or more Ryojin also. And the ending of this triangle here, where all the points meet, you got the 17th of May to the 23rd of May. And as I said, May with Omikami and Ryojin, May, and most of these coins, because we're following Ethereum, I can see it coming out here. So once Ethereum starts to burst out of this yellow triangles, yellow trend line here, maybe the first or second week of May here, then we can see all the other Ethereum coins going up, especially guys, Ethereum, Omikami and Ryojin. And on that note, we're just going to go straight into Omikami. Let's just have a look what it's been doing, because I haven't followed it the last few days. I've been busy at work. So now we're on 19.75. It's dropped, as I said it would. 867 liquidity, 11.26k holders, 71k in volume. Right, this is the 1 hour, guys. This is the 1 hour. So here we have it, guys. Yes, follow this green trend line going down here. I'll just make it a bit thicker for you. So this green trend line here, we're following from up here. This is from the 8th of March. We're going down here. We've staircased down, tried to pump back up. We seem to be hitting it all the time, and it hit it there. And now we dropped even past this. Remember I said this here that I've marked, that was the first magnet line on 2226. So we can rub that out, guys. Yeah. And it's still falling. It's full. Look at that wick there. It's dropped right down there. And as you can see below it, I still have another 2 magnet lines. And that, in my opinion, guys, that is where it's going eventually. Not now. Much later, it's going to go down to 1646 and even maybe 1551, guys. So as I said to you, at that point there, when I just rubbed out that magnet line here, let's see, there, I said I would start buying in, but because of this really big wick coming down here, it's going to go, I can see it going down here. So I'll go back on my words and I'll let you know that I'm not buying here at all. I'm waiting for it to come back down here, guys, because we and me personally, I want to be mega rich, and you want to be mega rich like the whales do, yeah? So I am buying sometime in the middle of April when it comes down here, or if I see a wick drop down here, that will be the signal to buy for me. And you can do what you want, but if you want the most money and you don't want to work again, and you want to live life to the full, you got to take these risks, and I'm taking these risks. I'm not buying in here, and I haven't bought up here. I haven't bought for a while. I did buy up here when it reached the near enough the top here of this yellow trend line here when things were going a bit mental, but I can see what's happening here, and we are going to go right down to these 2 magnet lines. When I see this wick come down here, we could have a wick later on, early April or sometime in April, come down here, and that would be the last. Well, sorry, there is still more down here, guys, but middle of April, as we saw in Ethereum and Bitcoin, that seems to be the bottom. So we'll have to play it by ear and look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if the bottom comes for those two, then that means Omikami and probably Ryojin will bottom out too somewhere around in April. So I'm going to stick to my words. Me personally, guys, I'm not saying you to do it, but me personally, because I want a lot of money, more than enough. So yeah, I can help family, friends, and everybody that I know, and I want to just have the most cash here in reserve to drop it on Omikami, because that's what these whales are going to do. They're watching this, guys. They're not buying in with dribs and drabs up here. They're waiting till it comes back down here and even further down these points, guys. But maybe we'll see what happens at this point here, down here. But sometime in April, guys, when it reaches down here, I'll be putting down a fair size bag, and if it's still going down here, well, we'll have to think about that again and get some money from somewhere, because this is your only one chance, guys. Your one chance to be a millionaire, set for life, set your family up for life, set your wife up, set your boyfriend up, set your husband, set all your relatives up for life, guys. So we want to do this right here. And I'll just take you to the 4 hour just to look at the bigger picture here. So the bigger picture is still, as you can see, that's where it's going, and that's where I think it's heading. And we've got a cross section here. That's why I just want to put down my money here. If it goes past that, then, well, more money for us in the end. More money for us in the end, guys. So that is Omikami so far, guys. We are heading down. We're still heading down after this dip. It might start to come back up to this green trend line, but still head down here where I originally had this orange line going down to this cross junction, this meeting point of many lines I have here in this blue circle. So yeah, that's it for now on Omikami, and let's just take a look at Ryujin. So Ryujin now probably doing the same thing. In fact, I think it's going to go maybe slightly before Omikami. So Ryujin now, what are we on? That's going to have to have gone down. Yeah, that's 6.67 million, 434 liquidity, 9.7k holders, 39 in volume. This is the 4 hour. We'll take it straight to the 2 hour, guys, because we're not hanging about here, because everybody wants to know what's going on yet again. And from here, like Omikami, this is the 8th of March, pretty much exactly the same. It's dropped down. It's kept on going. It's tried to go back up. It couldn't even reach that main thick trend line. It's hit this yellow trend line going down, and it's been underneath, above, underneath, above, underneath, but it still hasn't hit this white trend line here, the thick main one here. So as you can see, this yellow trend line going down, it's still coming back to it. It might go over it, touch it, try to bounce back, touch it again. It hasn't got enough buying power. It's come back up again, and I think, as well as Omikami, we're going to follow this yellow trend line and keep on going down. That's on Ryujin, guys. And like Omikami, guys, I have a point down here. It's a bit messy, but I have a point down here where it crosses 6th of April, and even further for that first magnet line down here, the 9th of April. Yeah, I could even stretch that. So this yellow trend line is what we're following down here, and that's going to be around the 14th of April, around there. So this lot here, I'm going to take out, and I'm going to just put a new marker for everybody so they can see where I think it's heading here. There's a cross here, 9th of April, and then there's a cross here, 13th of April. So let's just do that. So here, that crosses the magnet line there, and the last magnet line and the bottom where it crosses roughly around here. As I said, the 14th of April. So like Omikami, here are my points where I am buying in personally, guys. You want to make the most for your money, we'll be buying in here. So that's it